what we see in the world is just a very small portion of what not only exists, but what is actually making everything work. It's the energy in all of the life forms that we experience. That's the real world. That's the world that God sees. God does not see the world that we see, which is the world of appearances. Now, I know this flies in the face of the theological concept that God knows and sees everything. Well, I'm just going to suggest that that's a misunderstanding, that that's not actually the case. What we see here, we see, but what God sees is the energy. So it's as though God can only come down into the creation as far as the life energy permits. That's what God sees. Now, this brings up, what is our relationship to God? God is able to experience this world that we're in through us, but only in as much we're only as good a channel for that as we are also attuned to the life energy that is in and informs everything. So if all we are aware of and can grasp and can embody is just the world of appearances, we're kind of we're offline as far as God's concerned. God can't see through us at all. But if we are attuned with the energy within ourselves, with the light of Christ within ourselves, and remember, the light is life made visible, the power of life made visible. That's why we emphasize in the order the illumination, because once you get conscious of the light in you, then God becomes conscious of you, and through you, then God can become conscious in the world. Therefore, when you pray or you present a problem to God, God can much more easily and effectively work through you if God can see through you. So this is very important in terms of our relationship to God. We reach up, God reaches down. But if we don't reach up, there's no way for God to get to us. And remember now, I'm not talking about God as a, white-haired dude in the sky, an anthropomorphic personality who likes some people and doesn't like others. That is so far afield of what we're talking about. It has no bearing or relevance to what we're talking about. What we're talking about is a living being that we live within. God is not something distant. God is not foreign. The words I'm speaking to you now, I am speaking with the power of God. The words you speak with the power of God. There is no such thing as your will, my will, and God's will. There's only one will, and we all use it because the will is like a current. It's our attention, it's our awareness, willpower. They're the same thing. And there's only one will, and we all participate in it. So I'm hoping that some of these, these different ways of looking at this thing we call God will help you get a better relationship with it and to it, because then life really gets interesting. You see, there's nothing quite as thrilling as making a prayer and having it answered. I mean, that's really, really good.